You've probably heard it 100 times. Retire in Florida. Move to Tennessee. Arizona is unbeatable, and maybe you've started dreaming about it. Warmer winters, lower taxes, a house that actually fits your budget. But here's what the retirement magazines don't put on the cover. The sticker price of retiring in these 3 states looks completely different once you actually live there. And for thousands of Americans who made the move without doing the real math, the dream quietly turned into a financial emergency. Today, we're going state by state. The real numbers, the real trade-offs, and the real question you need to answer before you decide. We're talking Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, 3 of the most popular retirement destinations in the country, and 3 states with wildly different financial realities hiding underneath the surface. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which state fits your retirement budget, and which one could quietly drain it. Let's start with the one everyone goes to first. Florida has been selling itself to retirees for decades, and on paper the pitch is hard to argue with. No state income tax, year-round warmth, beaches, golf, and a retirement community around every corner. But Florida has a secret, and it shows up in your mailbox every single month. Housing. If you bought in Florida 5 years ago, congratulations, you locked in before the surge. If you're moving there now, the median home price in metro areas like Tampa, Sarasota, and Naples has climbed past $400,000. And that's before you factor in what has quietly become one of the most brutal costs in retirement living anywhere in America. Homeowners insurance. Florida's insurance crisis is real. Premiums in coastal and near-coastal counties now commonly run $4,000 to $8,000 per year. And in some flood zone areas, significantly more when you stack flood insurance on top. We're talking $500 to $700 a month just in insurance before your mortgage, utilities, or HOA fees. And speaking of HOA fees, Florida's retirement communities are notorious for them. Del Webb, The Villages, Latitude, Margaritaville. The lifestyle is real, but so is the $400, $500, sometimes $600 monthly HOA bill that comes with it. Here's the honest monthly picture for a mid-range Florida retirement. Housing, mortgage or rent, $1,800 to $2,400. Property insurance, $500 to $650. HOA fees, $300 to $600. Utilities, air conditioning runs year-round, $180 to $300. Groceries and dining, $600 to $900. Healthcare and Medicare supplement, $400 to $600. Transportation, $300 to $450. All in, $4,080 to $5,900 per month. That's $49,000 to $70,000 per year for a comfortable but not extravagant retirement in Florida. The no income tax benefit is real, but if your retirement income puts you in a modest tax bracket, the insurance and cost of living gap often erases it entirely. Florida is still worth it for the right person with the right financial picture. But go in with your eyes open. Now let's talk about the state that's quietly become one of the most underrated retirement destinations in America. Tennessee doesn't have the beaches. It doesn't have the brand recognition of Florida. But for the last 5 years, retirees who did their homework have been discovering something remarkable. Tennessee might be the best pure financial value for retirement anywhere in the country. No state income tax, low property taxes, low cost of living, and a geographic range that lets you choose between mountain towns, mid-sized cities, or smaller communities with genuine southern character. Let's look at the real numbers. In Chattanooga, Knoxville, or the suburbs around Nashville, you can find a solid 3-bedroom home in a safe neighborhood for $280 to $380. In smaller towns like Cookeville, Morristown, or Crossville, which has one of the most active retirement communities in the South, that same home costs $180 to $260. Property taxes in Tennessee rank among the lowest in the nation. Homeowners insurance is dramatically lower than Florida, typically $1,200 to $2,000 per year. There's no hurricane exposure, no flood zone surcharge. Here's the honest monthly picture for a mid-range Tennessee retirement. Housing, $1,200 to $1,800. Insurance, $100 to $170. Utilities, 4 actual seasons but moderate, $150 to $250. Groceries and dining, $500 to $750. Healthcare and Medicare supplement, $400 to $600. Transportation, $280 to $380. All in, $2630 to $3950 per month. That's $31,500 to $47,400 per year. Compared to Florida, a Tennessee retiree can live comparably and save $10,000 to $20,000 per year. For a couple with $800,000 in retirement savings, that difference extends their financial runway by years. The trade-off? Healthcare access in rural Tennessee can be limited. Summers are genuinely hot and humid, and if you've spent your life near the ocean, the landlocked geometry takes some adjustment. But if your retirement priority is financial sustainability over lifestyle prestige, Tennessee is a serious answer. Arizona sits in an interesting middle position, and it's been experiencing a transformation that's changing the retirement calculus faster than most people realize. The traditional pitch: Sun City, Scottsdale, Tucson, dry heat, low humidity, world-class golf. The new reality: Arizona's cost of living has shifted significantly in the last 4 years, driven by population growth that shows no signs of slowing down. Housing in the Phoenix metro, which includes Scottsdale, Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert, and Tempe, has risen sharply. Median home prices now sit between $380,000 and $500,000 in desirable retirement areas. Tucson is more affordable at $260,000 to $340,000 and represents a genuinely strong value play for retirees. Arizona has no tax on Social Security income. Property taxes are moderate. Homeowners insurance is considerably cheaper than Florida, typically $1,500 to $2,500 per year. But here's the number that Arizona retirees consistently underestimate: cooling costs. When it's 110 degrees outside for 3 months straight, air conditioning isn't optional, it's infrastructure. Electric bills of $300 to $500 per month in summer are standard in the Phoenix metro for a standard-sized home. That's $3,600 to $6,000 in summer energy costs alone. Here's the honest monthly picture for a mid-range Arizona retirement. Housing, $1,600 to $2,200. Insurance, $125 to $210. Utilities, averaging across the year, $200 to $400. Groceries and dining, $550 to $800. Healthcare, $400 to $600. Transportation, $300 to $450. All in, $3,175 to $4,660 per month. That's $38,000 to $55,900 per year. Arizona lands squarely between Florida and Tennessee on cost. Better value than Florida, slightly higher than Tennessee. Tucson in particular punches well above its weight for retirees on a fixed income. So here's the honest summary. If financial efficiency is your primary goal, Tennessee wins. Lower housing, lower insurance, lower taxes, and a quality of life that surprises nearly everyone who makes the move. If you want the classic retirement lifestyle and can afford the premium, Florida delivers. But go in knowing the insurance and HOA costs are real and budget accordingly. If you love the sun, the desert, and world-class outdoor access, Arizona earns its reputation, with Tucson offering the best value and Phoenix offering the most amenities at a higher price. But here's the most important thing to remember. The right answer isn't the same for everyone. It depends on your health, your social needs, your family geography, and most of all, your actual retirement income. The worst retirement move you can make isn't choosing the wrong state. It's moving to any state without running the real numbers first. We'll be diving deeper into each of these states in the weeks ahead, city by city, neighborhood by neighborhood. If you want to make sure you don't miss those, subscribe now. And if you're already retired in one of these states, drop a comment. Tell us what the real cost looks like from the inside. We'll see you in the next one.